Have you ever walked out of a salon feeling amazing, only to catch your reflection in a store window and not recognize yourself? My 62-year-old client experienced exactly that after dropping $350 on what her stylist called the ultimate age-defying bob. 4 weeks later, the barista at her regular coffee shop, where she'd been going for 3 years, asked if she was new to the neighborhood. I'm a master stylist with over 2 decades behind the chair, and what I'm about to share might cost me referrals from half the salons in this city. But I can't keep quiet anymore after what happened last month. Rebecca came into my salon radiating confidence at 62. This woman had energy that put 20-somethings to shame. People constantly guessed she was in her late 40s, early 50s at most. She specifically told me she wanted a bob that would keep her looking fresh and modern. I gave her what every industry manual, every celebrity stylist tutorial, and every mature hair seminar taught me was the perfect choice. The execution was flawless. Every angle was precise. The styling was magazine-worthy. I even took a photo for my portfolio because I was that proud of it. Then Rebecca called me 3 weeks later, and I could hear the devastation in her voice. At her favorite grocery store, a bag boy insisted on carrying her groceries to the car, something that had never happened before. Her tennis partner asked if she was feeling her age lately. The final straw? Her sister, who's actually 5 years older, got mistaken for the younger sibling at a family gathering. That phone call shook me, so I started digging. I reached out to colleagues in other cities. I studied every bob haircut that walked through shopping malls. I even created a comparison study of before and after photos from top salons. What I uncovered made my stomach turn. There are 3 specific bob styles that the beauty industry keeps recommending for women over 60, and every single one of them is systematically adding a decade to their appearance. These aren't hack jobs from discount chains. These are expertly executed cuts from trained professionals who genuinely believe they're helping their clients. The technique is perfect, but the approach is fundamentally flawed. After 3 months of research, consulting with facial structure specialists, and analyzing literally hundreds of photographs, I discovered something the entire industry is getting devastatingly wrong. The 3 most recommended age-appropriate bob cuts for mature women are actually doing the opposite of what they promise. They're adding 10 to 15 years instead of taking them away. I'm putting my professional reputation on the line by exposing this, because I know I'm about to call out techniques that my own mentors still teach. But after watching too many vibrant, beautiful women leave salons looking like they've aged overnight, silence isn't an option anymore. If you're over 60 and thinking about getting a bob, or if you already have one and something feels off about it, this information could either save you from a costly mistake or help you understand why you're not getting the results you wanted. But before we dive in, if this story sounds familiar or you know someone who needs to hear this, do me a favor and hit that like button. Share this with your friends. You might just save someone from walking out of a salon looking older than they did walking in. Now, let's talk about the first bob cut that's secretly stealing years from your face. Haircut number 1, the horizontal disaster. This is that perfectly straight bob that sits right at your jawline. And I know exactly what you're thinking, but it's so elegant, so polished. And you're absolutely right. It's polished. Polished like a stop sign that screams, "Look at my aging jawline." Here's what nobody tells you. After 60, that razor-sharp horizontal line is basically drawing a map to every place where time has left its signature. Think about it. When we were kids and wanted to draw a straight line, we used a ruler, right? Well, that's exactly what this haircut is doing to your face. Creating harsh, unforgiving geometry where you need soft, flattering curves. As we age, our faces naturally become softer and lose some definition. When you slice a brutal straight line right across the area where everything's already settling south, you're basically highlighting the very thing you're trying to minimize. It's like putting a spotlight on a construction zone ahead sign. I've watched women walk away from the mirror looking amazing from behind. Great posture, confident stride, gorgeous hair swing. And then they turn around and bam! It's like watching a time-lapse video of aging, except it happens instantly. The worst part? Most stylists genuinely think they're doing you a favor. They'll use words like refined and classic. Translation: you're going to look like you should be discussing Medicare options. But here's the part that really gets me, and this is something the industry doesn't want you to know. Before I expose the second disaster, ask yourself this. Have you ever seen two women with identical haircuts, but one looks vibrant and youthful, while the other looks like she's contemplating retirement? The secret isn't in their genes. It's in the tiny details that most stylists completely overlook. Haircut number 2. The triangular tragedy. This is the heavily stacked, over-layered graduated bob. And sweetheart, if you're sporting this right now, please keep reading. I promise I'm trying to help, not hurt. This is the cut that announces, I've traded romance for practicality, and I'm okay with it. It usually comes with chunky highlights from the late 90s and enough styling product to create its own weather system. Here's the problem with this monstrosity. All those thick, heavy layers are building what I call the triangle effect. Instead of creating soft, flattering movement that frames your face, they're piling weight in all the wrong spots. It's like building a house with the foundation on top, structurally confusing and visually disastrous. Rather than drawing eyes up to your gorgeous features, it's creating width and heaviness exactly where you don't want it. One of my clients told me her nephew asked if she was trying out for a football team. A football team, ladies. When your haircut gets confused with protective sports equipment, we have a serious problem. But here's the real nightmare with this style. It completely ignores what happens to hair texture as we mature. Our hair naturally becomes finer and loses its bounce. All those chunky layers that were meant to create volume, they're actually doing the opposite, dragging everything down and making it look limp and lifeless. It's like trying to make whipped cream with butter. The chemistry just doesn't work. And let's talk about the upkeep disaster. You're looking at salon visits every month to 6 weeks, daily styling sessions that require a YouTube tutorial, and enough products to fill a small store. Your stylist is probably thrilled with all the repeat business, but your schedule and bank account? Not so much. But ladies, if you thought those two were problematic, buckle up for the third one. This next style is so deceptively aging that most women don't realize what's happening until the damage is already done. Haircut number 3. The overconfident chop. This is the one I encounter most frequently, and it absolutely crushes me every single time because the women requesting it truly believe they're making a brilliant, flattering decision. They've scoured Pinterest. They've studied celebrity photos. They walk in with total certainty, asking for this ultra-short, pixie-style bob that barely touches the earlobes. Oh, ladies. This is the I want to look fresh and contemporary cut that actually broadcasts. I've started attending afternoon bridge games at the community center. Now, before the comments explode, let me clarify. Short hair can be absolutely stunning at any age, but there's a massive difference between strategically cropped and panic chopped. This particular style is what happens when someone mistakes shorter for younger and runs with it. Here's the unvarnished truth about this cut. It demands flawless bone structure, perfect skin, and the kind of confidence that only comes from decades of not caring what anyone thinks. Picture this. You see a stunning 25-year-old with this cut on social media looking impossibly chic. What you're not seeing is the professional ring light, the filter, the perfect angle, and the fact that she's 25. When we attempt this look at 60+, we often end up looking like we had a DIY disaster with craft scissors. The fundamental problem with going ultra-short is that it removes all the strategic elements that actually create a youthful appearance. The gentle movement around the face, the ability to add volume strategically, the softness that balances mature features. Instead, You're putting everything on full display. Every line, every texture change, every mark left by living a full life. It's like being under interrogation lighting 24/7. I had a client whose partner asked if she was going through some kind of personal crisis. When she said no, he responded, "Then why does your hair look confrontational?" Brutal, but not entirely inaccurate. There's something about this ultra-cropped bob that can read as harsh and severe instead of modern and sophisticated. And the maintenance situation? Absolute insanity. You've got maybe 2 weeks, before you look like you touched a live wire. The constant appointments alone will have you and your stylist on a first-name basis. Okay. I know what's running through your mind right now. Great. You've just demolished everything I know about hair. Now what? Don't worry. I'm not leaving you stranded like a bad color correction. Here's what actually works for women over 60 who want a bob that subtracts years instead of adding them. The gentle angle bob. Instead of that harsh, blunt edge, request a soft angled cut that's slightly extended in front. This creates a graceful, flattering slope that elevates your features instead of bisecting them. Think less corporate headshot and more effortlessly refined. The textured long bob. This is the magic zone, ladies. Length that falls somewhere between your collarbone and shoulders, with delicate layers that provide movement without adding bulk. It's the Goldilocks principle applied to hair. Not too long, not too short. Absolutely perfect for complementing mature faces. The asymmetrical sweep asymmetry is your secret weapon. A bob that's longer on one side generates visual intrigue and pulls the eye upward. It's contemporary without chasing trends, elegant without feeling dated. The secret with all these styles is collaborating with your natural hair personality and face structure, not battling against them. You want to celebrate your best features, not start a daily war with your hair. But here's the critical part. Even a perfect cut can look aging if you're styling it incorrectly. So let me share some professional secrets that'll make any bob look more youthful. Tip number 1. Crown volume. This is absolutely essential, ladies. Height at the roots creates the impression of thicker, more abundant hair, and directs attention upward toward your eyes and cheekbones. Invest in a good root volumizer and a round brush. Your reflection will love you for it. Tip number 2, gentle waves over severe straightness. Stick straight hair can look gorgeous on younger faces, but mature hair reads as more vibrant and alive with some soft texture. Think gentle, natural-looking waves, not tight ringlets. You want movement that appears effortless, not like you lost a battle with hot tools. Tip number 3, the power part. A deep side part is exponentially more flattering than a center part after 60. It introduces asymmetry, boosts volume, and creates that coveted, "I just naturally look like this" aesthetic. Tip number 4, honor your natural pattern. Stop wrestling with your hair's inherent character. If it naturally has some wave, embrace the wave. If it's naturally straight, work with that. Forcing your hair to be something it's not is like training a goldfish to climb trees. Exhausting and ultimately pointless. Ladies, here's the essential truth. Your hair should be your power statement, not your weakness. These 3 bob cuts I've exposed today are costing women their confidence, their money, and years from their appearance. But now you're armed with the knowledge to walk into any salon knowing exactly what to request and what to absolutely refuse. Remember Rebecca from the beginning? 6 months after that disaster grew out, she returned to me for one of the superior alternatives I mentioned. The transformation was remarkable. Compliments started flowing again. She felt empowered in photographs. And best of all, those automatic senior discounts? They vanished. If this information has illuminated some mistakes you might be making with your hair, you absolutely need to watch my next video where I expose the 3 hair colors that are aging you even faster than these disastrous cuts. I promise you the second one will absolutely shock you. It's the most popular color selection for women over 60, and it's completely devastating. Before you leave, smash that subscribe button and activate notifications because I drop new content every single week, specifically designed for women who refuse to let a number define their style. Leave a comment and share your story. Have you been victimized by any of these aging bob cuts? I read every single comment and genuinely love hearing from you. And if you found this valuable, please share it with your circle. We need to support each other, ladies. Together, we can end this epidemic of aging haircuts. One bob at a time. Next week, I'm exposing the 3 most devastating hair color mistakes that are making you look older than your own relatives, and the straightforward solution that can erase 10 years from your appearance immediately. You absolutely cannot miss it. Thanks for watching, and remember, age is merely a number, but your hairstyle? That's a conscious decision. Make it count.